Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara, and today's video is not going to be real estate related in any way, so if that's why you watch my channel or if that's why you clicked on this video, then I definitely recommend going and checking out some of my other videos. But I really wanted to try something different. As many of you know, I've been wanting to kind of change things up with my channel, get a little bit creative, and share some other topics and interests of mine that I thought would be really fun to film and share and just kind of get a conversation going. So today's video is actually going to be about shifting your mindset. I'm going to be sharing 4 subtle mindset shifts that you can do for growth. The first mindset shift is one that is not groundbreaking, but I do think that it's really good to include in here, and that is gratitude. Now, I will say I am not someone who typically does gratitude journaling. I've definitely heard that there are great benefits from doing it, but I tend to be an overachiever and a bit of a workaholic, and I love habit trackers and planners and note-taking and all those things, and I've tried gratitude journaling in the past, and while I did enjoy it, the thought of adding another to-do list item every day was a little bit daunting, and I just found that I wasn't really consistent with it. So I'm not even necessarily saying that you should do gratitude journaling, but if that is up your alley, then definitely do it. I have heard some really great things from people who do it consistently. But something that I'm thinking here is even just sitting down and thinking about what you're grateful for. Maybe not even writing it down, but just maybe if you like to meditate on what you're grateful for. Or if every morning you wake up and you make a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, sit outside on your patio, watch the sunrise if you get up that early. I certainly don't, but if you do, that would be a really nice way to kind of start the day and, you know, think about all the things that you're grateful for. I know that before I moved to Asheville, I would always say, oh my gosh, you know, once I move to Asheville, I'm just going to be so happy all the time to be living in the mountains. It's where I've always wanted to live. And the reality is, yes, I am happy living here. I do love living in the mountains. But I found that while I do still frequently think about how I'm grateful, it's easy, you know, in the day-to-day, if you're really busy with work or have a lot of chores to do or errands or whatever, to just kind of overlook, you know, something that before maybe made you really grateful to have. Kind of like if you get a new car or something. First month, I would say, you're like, yes, you know, you go outside, you're like, yeah, I got a new car, I'm so grateful that I have this, or new house, or whatever it is. But over time, you know, you kind of stop thinking of how grateful you are for that item. So this is really my long-winded way of saying, basically just try to be more mindful of things around you that you're grateful for. So, you know, for me personally, I'm really grateful to be here in the mountains, and if I tend to forget that, then I'll just walk on my patio and look at my view, especially in the winter time. We have such a good winter view here, and I really just try to bring that mindset of gratitude into everything throughout my day, whether it's, you know, the sun shining in the window in the morning, whether it's sitting down with a cup of tea, or, you know, reading a book at night. I really just try to bring more gratitude into each moment. All right, mindset shift number 2 is reframing the way you think from I have to I get to. So, you know, we often think of things like a to-do list. That's a pretty common term. But what if we started calling it a get-to-do list, you know, instead of a have-to-do-it list? And I feel like this really helps me, especially in terms of things like chores or things that, I mean, you know, you really do have to do them. Like, you can't just never do the dishes or never do the laundry or never get groceries or whatever. You know, I mean, there are some things that we truly do have to do, of course. But instead of dreading those items, why don't we think about them in a different way? So something that's helped me is, you know, I tend to cook a lot. I typically only eat out once a week or so. Something that's helped me, because I like to cook, I naturally then create dishes. Over the past week or so, I've tried to shift my mindset. Instead of thinking, I have all these dishes that I have to do, I hate doing dishes, it's such a waste of time, I'd rather be doing something productive, I started seeing it a different way. So I started noticing myself kind of getting in that negative mindset and thinking, I don't want to be doing this, and just getting like really grumpy and angry. And then I started to think, you know what? Why do I have to do dishes? Well, it's because I cooked. Why did I cook? Well, it's because I want to be healthier and I want to eat well, and I want to eat well because I want to feel good. So ultimately, these dishes are the result of something that I ultimately wanted. I want to feel healthy. I want to, feel good. So doing the dishes is ultimately helping me reach my goals if I want to cook and eat healthy, etc. So when I started thinking about it that way, it wasn't as bad. And I even took it a step further and thought, with my job, I'm on my computer a lot. I do go driving, showing houses and things like that, but there definitely is a good bit of tech work on my computer, filming videos, editing videos on my phone, on my laptop. And I thought, dishes are a great way to unplug from technology. I'm not one of those people actually who has earplugs in all the time listening to music and podcasts. So when I do dishes, I just do the dishes and I just focus on doing them. It's ultimately helping me support my goals, and it's time off technology, which is honestly kind of nice for my brain and my eyes. And you could take this reframing into things like work. I'm not someone who particularly loves working. I mean, I don't really think there are many of us out there that really love working. But of course it is one of those necessities. We have to make money. And, I've been kind of trying to reframe, why am I working? What am I working towards? This actually brings me perfectly into my third mindset shift, and that is remembering your why. So I feel like January is a really great time to be thinking about this because, of course in January we're all thinking of goals and resolutions that we want for the new year, whether yours are around health or wellness or maybe relaxing more, whatever it may be. Remembering that why when you're doing some tasks that might be more difficult, I feel like is really important, because something you are probably aware of is that you're not going to be motivated every day. And consistency is key. At the end of every day, I don't think, yeah, I'm excited to make dinner tonight. I mean, some days maybe I am slightly positive towards cooking, but I typically don't jump around and get all excited to cook. I do enjoy it on some level, and I do feel like I cook pretty well if I say so myself. It's not something that I, really look forward to. I'm never going to be like a professional chef or anything. And while I do enjoy exercise, I find yoga is really good for my mind and my body and my soul and everything. I love yoga. I've learned I'm not really a morning person. So getting up in the morning to exercise is really difficult for me, even though I find exercising in the morning is ironically best for me. I feel great after I exercise, but getting myself to do it is really tough. I find that shifting our mind to thinking about why we're doing something is good. So take the example of cooking. Why am I cooking? It's because, as I said earlier, I want to eat better, I want to feel better, I want to generally be healthier, I want to feed my body nourishing foods, I want to be stronger, I want to have better gut health, I want, whatever it is. Thinking of those things when you're doing something that's not as exciting or not something you look forward to kind of gives you more energy, actually, I find. That's something I would say about cooking. If you struggle with exercising or maybe meditating, think about how you're going to feel after you do those things. Think about, well, why am I exercising? Could be because you want to look a certain way, but also I think about it as feeling a certain way, feeling stronger, doing something good for your body. Exercise is a great way to burn off some stress and really center yourself and ground yourself. So, thinking about those feelings when pushing through a workout will really help you get through it a lot easier. Same with meditation. I find personally, I love meditating. I really, really do. I love how I feel after I meditate, but I find it really easy to just say, I don't really have time to do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. I feel like okay. I don't really need to do it. But it's so easy to skip little things like that, but I find that those small things sometimes make the biggest difference. I'm kind of getting off track here, but number 3 is remember your why. Mindset shift number 4 is possibly my favorite one, and I can't take credit for it. I did learn this from a different YouTuber, Renee Amberg. I'll leave her channel linked in my description box below. But this is something that I have found so just life-changing, actually. It's a really small thing, but it's the MITs, or most important tasks. So you've probably heard this before in terms of your top 3 or top 5 priorities for the day. It's not even really like a new concept, I guess, but I personally find it so helpful because I tend to just have a never-ending to-do list and get really overwhelmed and anxious easily. So having my top 3 or top 5 most important tasks each day makes it so that I don't feel overwhelmed, and I also end each day feeling like I've actually succeeded at something and accomplished the main goals that I wanted to accomplish. So I would say probably aim for 3 if you're just starting out, or maybe if you have some smaller items, like sometimes one of my MITs might be water the plants, because I'm notoriously not the best at that. If it's water the plants, maybe I'll have like 4 MITs that day, since that task doesn't take very long. But honestly, I notice such a difference when I do this on certain days compared to days where I don't do it. I find that it's just really, really good for my mental health, and I end the day kind of thinking, yeah, I got done what I wanted to get done and I feel good. And if you finish those things and you still have energy and still, want to get more done, that's awesome. Check off more things off your to-do list if you want, but I always say just focus on the MITs, and if that's all you get done, then that's great. Well, I think I kind of rambled a little bit in this video. I get pretty enthusiastic about mindset shifts and health and wellness and goals and things like that, but I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoy this style of content and want to see more videos like this, definitely comment down below and let me know. I would love to know what kind of videos you guys want to see. Last week I brainstormed and wrote out like an entire Word page document of video ideas of basically some videos that I want to film over the next few months that hopefully you guys will enjoy. But I think that that's everything for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you decide to implement any of these mindset shifts, definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if they're helpful. And yeah, I would love to hear how you guys are. And if you have any other mindset shifts that maybe I didn't mention, I would love to hear about those as well. So leave a comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon in the next one.